The Bronx is the bluest of New York City's boroughs, and the only borough with a Hispanic majority. President Biden got 83% of the vote here in 2020. But now the Biden campaign is seeing polls coming out saying President Trump is gaining traction with voters of color, even younger voters. So I came to the Bronx to put a face on the numbers, and I was shocked by what I heard on the streets. Do you think that President Biden is doing a good job with the economy?
No, he's not doing nothing to support nobody.
Was he doing a good job? Yes or no?
No. I can see we're all going to be in the streets homeless.
Biden and his press secretary said that prices are going down. Is that your experience or is that not true?
No, that is definitely not true. Prices are definitely going up. I used to go across the street to Fordham to go get me a meal. I can't even get me a meal because that meant $20.
Minority communities, we're not seeing the improvement. There's inflation with everything, food, gas, insurance prices, I mean, you name it.
Bidenomics is not working. It's just a complete mess. It's a disaster. Especially here in New York City, we're feeling it very hard.
If you could say anything to Biden right now, who says that the economy is improving, especially in black and brown communities, what would you say to him?
That's lies. I believe that's lies. Heavy lies on that, for sure.
Do you think that somebody else besides Biden should be president?
Yes,
next time?
Of course. Bring back Trump.
Tell me why.
We have money. We have money when Trump was president.
Free my son Trump. Free my son Trump. Trump 2024, everybody. Trump 2023.
That's crazy. And we're here in the Bronx.
I'm gonna vote for Trump if he runs because I feel like it was much better when he was here financially for everybody, not just me, for everybody.
I'm definitely voting for Donald Trump. He made sure we had money in our pockets. He was for the people. He made sure we had what we needed. I feel like everything will go back to how it was. I mean, ever since he's out of office, everything's declined.
When Trump was president, my life was good. Economical wise, I was doing so much better.
They're saying it's going to be Biden Trump, so who will you vote for?
Oh, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna have to go for Trump. Sorry.
I'm gonna go for Trump. Trump. Always Trump.
Here, let me see. Who are you voting for?
Trump.
Feeling the pain of price hikes is one thing, but the show of open support for former President Donald J. Trump on the streets of the Bronx was very surprising. And it's the sort of thing that has Biden campaign strategists looking very carefully at the messaging around Bidenomics as we get closer to 2024. Reporting for Newsmax from the streets of the Bronx, New York, I'm Kara Castronova.
Hey there, Patriots. This is True Outlaw Patriot coming at you with another one. What I just played was a news clip from Newsmax that I played about 2 days ago when I put a video out of how people in the Bronx are speaking out with their distaste for Biden, his administration, and how they're saying to bring Trump back. Now, before I continue, I just want everybody to understand, I have been saying for the longest about how people vote in New York back home in the Bronx. Now, I understand that there's going to be a lot new voters now because they see what's going on with the Democratic Party, with the debacle of Joe Biden. And I always say that, you know what, the reason why all this is happening with the left is because it was never meant to be theirs in the first place. Okay? So now you got all this blowback that's coming. But before I continue with the rest I got to say, I just want to say thank you to all my new subscribers and thanks to all my subscribers. So if you like the content, please comment, like, share, subscribe, and pass it around to your family, friends, you know, and let's keep this movement going. Also, I'm still trying to reach my 500 subscribers. And if you want to help support the channel, you can donate to my Cash App and or PayPal, and there's a link in the description. Okay, so with that being said, I have been saying for months, and definitely since last year, if not a year and a half ago, and I remember specifically a conversation I had. I was out in Arkansas doing some work, and I was talking to one of my clients, and I told him straight out. I said, if New York was to vote red, I said there won't be a Democrat in the White House for a very long time. And this was a man born and raised in Arkansas, you know, in his late 60s, and Republican. And he said, we'll never see that happen. And I told him, I said, with the way things are going with the Biden administration, just with that alone, never mind all the chaos the left is causing, I said, it can't happen. I said, and don't be surprised if the same thing happens in Chicago. So fast forward, here we are. Okay, now you've seen this news clip. So you're going to see a lot of Republicans, okay, in New York, of course, vote for Trump, and you're going to see a lot new Republicans, okay, and a lot of people from the left who are fed up and are opening up their eyes. So kudos to the Democratic Party for doing that, because it's because of their wickedness this is what's happening. But now here's the great news. So stay with me, people. When I came out and said that, I was adamant that, you know what, New York will change. New York will flip. Okay? I was kind of hoping the same thing would have happened for Chicago. But I was adamant that New York will flip. Because I was like, you know, being born and raised in the Bronx, it was just a matter of time before people got fed up with the communist, leftist, socialist regime in New York. So here we are. Here's present time. AOC is losing her districts. Okay. People in the Bronx, my hometown, and in other parts of New York, you know, they're starting to talk. Bring back Trump. But to my amazement, guess what happened in Chicago? I was always hoping that it would have been either or. But I guess I got a bonus today. Well, I should say last night when I seen the news clip. Now, the next clip I'm going to show you is by, I believe, a content creator called Black Conservative 24. Show him some love. Go to his channel. Great guy. He put this clip out yesterday. And I tell you, these Democrats, it's their own demise. But please bear with me. Stay with me to the end. I'm going to give you my thoughts and a warning I'm going to give everyone. But here we go. Okay, this clip is by Black Conservative 24. I'll leave a link to in the description to his channel. Okay, now stay with me on this. This is about 4.5 minutes. And I'm going to give everybody a warning that's something that everybody in Chicago and in New York need to pay attention to. So let's listen to what's going on, and I'll get right back to you. Here we go.
Black Americans. We're not African American. We're not people of color. We're not black and brown, minority, BIPOC, none of that. People, no, none of that. Strict, this is about our people demanding the resources, just as you're giving these people. These newcomers who are walking into this country. And since that's correct, how do you take a new group of people that have paid no taxes, can't vote, and you put them in front of the voters? I'm not going to pay them no taxes. And so we say this to you, Mayor, Governor, President. If you think that they're powerful, that you have to acquiesce and answer to them over us, then you tell them to vote for you next elections. You tell them to support your Democratic National Convention.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right here real quick. Listen to what this man is saying. Okay, this is where the Democrats get real damn cheeky. They really think that they're going to hold people under their thumb forever. Okay, you hear people in the background saying that they're not going to pay taxes. You hear people, you know, putting on, you know, just putting their 2 cents in, saying this is not, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. You hear what this man says. We are not minorities. We are not people of color. We are not African American. Listen to what they're saying. They are fed up Americans. They are fed up citizens. This is where the Democrats, okay, don't understand that it was just a matter of time before you was going to piss off the natives. But let's continue.
We're going to show you how we feel about the Democratic National Convention.
Turn it up. Thank you.
If you think you're going to have a peaceful Democratic National Convention in the city of Chicago while our people starve,
That's right.
stay tuned. Stay tuned. Oh, we're not going to stand out like that. And we ask any of those who are about closing borders. We don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, or whatever. As long as you're about closing these borders, we can support you. That's right.
Did you hear that? He said, we don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. As long as you're about closing the borders, we're with you. These are American black people saying this now. Not white. Not Republicans. So the left could go and kiss ass. Because whenever it's a Republican, okay, doesn't matter if they're black or white, they're deemed racist for wanting to close the borders. Let's continue.
And anybody who's about open borders, we're against you.
There you go.
Plain and simple.
That's it.
Let's have a meeting with the Republican Party.
Did you hear that? He said, let's have a meet with the Republican Party. Now look at what he says next. If Trump wants to come to town, I'm going to rewind it just a little bit. Here we go.
Party. If Trump want to come to town, come and meet with us. Come have a meeting with us, Trump.
Do you hear that? Come meet with us, Trump. And you hear them in the background. Trump 2024. People, it's going to happen. Where the Democrats stole Arizona, okay, Philadelphia with John Fetterman, okay, New York with Kathy Holcomb, they basically blew their load. They thought, like I said, they could get cheeky and keep doing what they want. Now stay with me, because after this, I'll tell you why you have, everybody needs to be aware. But this is where they pushed the envelope. They pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. And now their constituents, or what's going to be their old constituents, are like, you know what? You had your chance. Now it's our turn. Trump 2024. Let's continue.
We are not going to stand idly by while you starve our community. These are our children, and they will not be targeted while you take and make a better life for a new group that just walked into this country yesterday. $9,000 a month for these people. You know how hard it is? $1,000 to $1,500 for every child, every illegal immigrant child that goes into Chicago public schools. You give them money for uniforms and computers and all these things. We're not going to stand down, and we ask that the Republican Party come and sit down and have a meet with us.
No,
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. Okay, like I said, I'll leave a link in the description so you can watch the rest. But it's by this man right here, Black Conservative 24. Okay, now, I put out a few videos ago that's what they were doing in Chicago. They were giving these migrant families up to $9,000 a month per family. Do you know that if you take $1,000 out of that money, you can give it to 9 different families who pay taxes? That will help out a lot. Never mind giving one family $9,000 a month. Nobody in their damn right fucking mind, the average person, makes that much a month. But the Democrats, they blew their load. That's it. Chicago and New York will flip red. The only way it's not going to happen is one of two ways. One, the election is stolen. Okay? Or two, people in New York and in Chicago go back on their word and vote Democrat, which in any case, if that happens, then you know what? That's on them. They deserve it. Whatever happens after that. But something tells me that's not going to happen. This is why the Democrats, this is why that border is wide open. They knew that back in 2020, they seen the numbers. They seen the 11 million extra votes that Donald Trump got. Not a conspiracy theory, it's the truth. We all know it. Nobody can say nothing about that. But what I believe that they saw, see, they did say, and it's been proven, he got almost, I think it was 11 or almost 11 million more votes the second time around. What they didn't say, who were those extra 10 or 11 million people? If you ask me, it was more American black and American Latino people. And that's when they knew we have a problem. We're losing them. So what did they do? They opened the border open wide. Now here's my warning to everybody listening, and pass this around. Start from this day forward in New York and in Chicago. Keep track. It's always up to date. Keep track of who is switching parties, how many people are voting, how many registered voters are the Republican, Independent, and Democrat Party. And I'll tell you why. If you lose those numbers come voting season, and blacks and Latinos, let's just say, let's keep it a simple number. Let's just say there are 1,000 Democrat registered voters and 1,000 Republican registered voters. If 500 Democrat voters switch over, if the Democrats lose 500 voters, technically it's still supposed to be 2,000 voters registered. If the Democrats lose, if you know for a fact that you was a Democrat and you switched parties, pay attention to the numbers on the Democrat side. They will use the illegal immigrants. Remember that. Pay attention to the voter count from this day forward. I'm telling you. Especially in New York, because Eric Adams already wanted to, I believe it was 80,000 or 800,000 illegals that he wanted them to be registered voters. He wanted all those migrants to be able to vote. The same thing will happen in Chicago. By the time you know it, when all the votes are in, and you come out and say, wait a minute, there was only 7 million registered voters in Chicago. How did we get 8 million votes? That's my warning to people in New York and Chicago. And the reason why I say that, okay, is because if you Google it, this is where Google messed up. If you Google the total amount of registered voters in 2020, okay, and if you count how many votes went in, there is a discrepancy of over 3 million votes. You don't believe me? Google it. A discrepancy of 3 million registered votes. In other words, there shouldn't have been that many more votes. There wasn't that many people registered to vote. I'm telling you people, this is not a conspiracy theory. Watch those voting booths. If you're going to stick by your guns and vote Republican, vote Republican. Okay? But by all means, do not vote independent. Okay? There are no independent candidates out there to vote for. Okay? Unless a Democrat goes independent. Republicans don't usually go independent. Democrats will go independent, like Tulsi Gabbard. Okay? But she won't have enough voters in order to win. But if you know for a fact that the Democrats are losing Democrat voters, all you Democrat voters, pay attention. No more ultimatums to the Democratic Party. You heard this man. If Trump is willing to come in, if the Republican Party is willing to come in and sit, that means Chicago, the Democrats have lost Chicago. All we need is one of either Chicago or New York to sew it up. But if we get both, never mind one state where there'll never be another Democrat in the White House for a very long time. If we get both states, there will not be a Democrat in the White House for another damn 20, 25 fucking years, man. Because people will finally see and wake up. It's time to put America first. It's time for the Black Americans, the Latino Americans to wake up, get off the plantation, stop listening to the Democrat Party, understand that all they want is chaos. Look at what they're doing at the border, to the children in school, to freedom of speech, to each other. To each other. This is a good day, people. This is a good day. Remember that. Keep pushing forward. Okay? I keep telling everybody, stay vigilant. The Democrats know that they've messed up. Look at the wars. Look what's going on. Look at all the protests, all the Palestinian protesters. Not one of them's waving a flag, American flag. They're burning American flags. They're ripping them down. They're burning Jewish flags. Nobody in the administration is condemning all these protests. Okay? It's chaos out there. In America. All the drugs coming in. Okay? All the illegals. All the problems that are coming in. All the money that's being given to them. While American taxpayers, black, white, and brown alike, are suffering. Because of the Democrat Party? Because of the Democrat politicians and the Rhino Republicans? No more, people. No more. Don't give them any more ultimatums. That's it. Like Trump said, make America great again. We can do this. And the Democrats know this. This is why they're flooding the country with the open border. The sad thing is that when the Republicans take the White House back, when Trump is back in office, all those people are going to be kicked out. And I say it's sad because with all the chaos that they are going through because of the lies of the Democrat Party, okay, it's going to cost, if not as much more, to send them all back. I mean, don't get me wrong. They chose to come here. They chose to break the law. But it's going to cost the taxpayer a lot of money to send them back. Believe me when I tell you, you thought it was a lot bringing them here. It's going to cost a lot more. But hey, it'll only fall on the Democrats and the Rhino Republicans. You heard that black man say, if you're for open borders, we can't talk. If you're for closing the borders, we can talk. The Democrats did this. Joe Biden did this. Okay, the Democrats did this. Anyway, that's what I got for you. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share it, pass it around. Pass it to family and friends. Don't give up on the word. This is a movement, people. Let people know what's going on. Don't let this be censored, suppressed in any way, shape, or form. Enough is enough. Plain and simple. If you can get anybody to subscribe to my channel, that'd be great. All I want for Christmas is my 500 plus subscribers. Okay, and if you can help the channel by donating, in the description, there is a link to my Cash App and my PayPal. This is a good day, people. Don't forget that. And remember, stay vigilant, keep praying, and keep praying for each other. Trump 2024. Peace.